What is going on, you guys? My name is Spydeco64, and here today we are going to be doing yet another NASCAR 164 scale diecast review. And of course, here today we have a random one on a Friday. It's funny because I ordered this car last Friday, and now, of course, it came, of course, this Friday and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but anyways, though. Here we are here today, ladies and gentlemen, to have a look at I guess technically a throwback scheme, but I guess it's really not. But here today, guys, we're going to be here today to have a look at Ross Chastain's #1 Busch Light Retro scheme that he ran at the 2024 Southern 500. So with that really kind of being said in mind, let's go ahead and get into this diecast review. So here's a quick look at the packaging. Nothing too special about it. Let's get into the diecast itself. Here it is, Ross Chastain's paint scheme that he ran in this year's Southern 500. Or last year's Southern 500, that is. And in this race, of course, he drove this car to a 5th place finish. However, though, he was short of making the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. However, though, 3 or 4 weeks after that, he won his first and only race of the season in the Cup Series at Kansas. So, really cool stuff right there. Now, I was always planning on getting this diecast. I didn't expect this to be released this soon, as this was a race that was run during the, of course, the summertime and all that sort of stuff. And most of those cars, I don't know, it's kind of odd how they kind of get produced and stuff like that. Sometimes they will come out, sometimes they don't. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yes, this is a really awesome looking throwback scheme. I think this is a throwback to the way that the Busch beer cans used to look in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, because of course we've already taken a look at one before. That was, of course, for the actual official throwback weekend, and of course they decided, hey, let's just go ahead and do one for the Southern 500, which is pretty damn cool. But yeah, for the most part, I really love the way that this scheme came out. Now, from afar, it looks like, oh, it's just a blue car with the white and the red numbers, but there is a little bit some more detail going on this paint scheme. Of course, as you can see here, the mountains got these white stripes going down and all that sort of stuff. It looks really cool, in my opinion. Yeah, it just looks really, really cool. So that's actually kind of something that I never really seen on the actual car itself. So yeah, kind of interesting how that goes. And really, in all honesty, I would not mind if this became Ross Chastain's de facto Darlington scheme. Like if he ran this in every race at Darlington. Well, not every race, but if he were to run like a special throwback scheme, I would like it to be this. So yeah. I'm just really kind of taking a look around the car itself just to see if there's anything of worthy to note. All right, there's nothing really else to mention, so let's just go ahead and have a look at these sponsors. On the windshield banner, you have the Chevy logo, and of course, you got Chastain. On the hood, you got Busch beer. Also, one thing I will say too is the white also has a little bit of that same detail at the same time as well, right there. On the hood, you have Busch beer. Of course, right here it says A. I assume that's for Anheuser-Busch with the little I don't know what the hell you call those things, those corn things or whatever. Here's the Chevrolet Camaro front nose, which is a little bit crooked, and I don't know what the hell is that at the bottom of the splitter. I don't know, maybe that's something I had. But of course, you can see here, yeah, it's a little bit crooked, but I mean, it's not too bad. Anyways, got #1, Sunoco, Trackhouse, Sunoco, Goodyear Eagles, NASCAR Cup Series #1 with that chrome foil number. This was a bit of a more expensive car to get, and I think that was for the reason, because of that chrome plated number. Anyways, it says Busch beer, jockey. #1, Busch beer, Ross Chastain, Chevy on the B post, nothing really else down there. Siemens, Wendy's, Worldwide Express, Moose, and Kubota. The bioethanol gas logo thingy mabob. Chastain, Busch Beer, and of course at the back it says Busch Beer, Camaro, Quaker State #1. And there's an underneath look of the car if you want to see that. Of course, this is on the base, but of course you can easily remove this car if you so want to. So yeah, not really much to kind of talk about with this paint scheme or with this car. You know, it's not a race win, so it's not really kind of much kind of going on here. So yeah. But anyways though, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and this is probably going to be maybe the last, one of the last few diecast reviews that we're going to do for a while, since we're going to have another big drought of diecast coming up here. So yeah, but unless the Chastain Darlington truck or the Denny Hamlin Bristol win, unless, you know, those become widely available, I'll probably snatch those up and do some reviews on them. But up until this point, it's probably going to be the last one. That is up until, you know, we get the rest of the Xfinity cars for the next Xfinity batch review and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyways though, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. And with that being said, and yeah, with that really all being said in mind, I will see all of you in the next video.